Okay. Wait, are we on? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, Paco's computer ain't no good right now, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna have to sing the intro, and I need everyone to sing along at home with us. Okay. So, yeah. Corey, do Jared voice. Do Jared
Let
voice.
me in.
No. Okay.
Say
Now,
me in.
I'm gonna do the Jared voice. Go to the Jared voice that you have.
Oh, okay.
No. Yeah.
You want to see a man with a small
No.
ding-dong?
That's not what he says. That's not what he says.
What'd he say?
He says,
You are now watching Driftcast with a little Mexican guy and a little Italian boy named Samuel.
And what else? But no, hold on. The guy with hot dog legs.
Okay, the guy.
And the guy with the hot dog legs.
The champion. And then now, Paco, you say a really bad joke about horses or whatever.
All right, and say bad joke.
Bad joke about horses. You saw Corey left without paying. The champions.
No. You have to do the joke though. What's the joke?
There's no time. The intro is over.
Okay. Hello, I'm Paco, and the horse walk into a bar, and this goes moo. Hey, Paco, that's no good. What? Come on, we got Fred here. Let's be professional.
I just want to say, can I start off by saying this? Today's show sucks.
Well,
Today sucks so far.
Guess
Today's
sucks.
been terrible. If Paco started up a computer that's ancient, it's probably like an old IBM.
Yeah.
I told
it's giving a Kodak error.
I told you it's a
What's a
Pentium
Kodak error?
586.
But now you're saying like we can't. We started the last show doing computer show, the computer chat, and now we're not doing. We can't start this one with computer chat as well because it just won't fly here. Freddie needs a better show than that. We owe Freddie a better show than that. Freddie, do you want to start up the show for us?
You want to say something nice?
I'm not going to be able to top that intro, guys. That's the best intro I've ever seen.
Say something nice about yourself.
Yeah. What do you like about yourself?
I'm 6'2". You know?
Fuck, dude.
God,
Wow.
Dude, that's fucking okay.
Wow. How much can you bench?
Kilos or pounds?
Both.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Let's say at least 100.
Wow.
What kind of plates are you stacking these days, Aasbo? Let's do gym rat talk today. Aasbo, tell me about the plates you've been racking. How many reps?
Handful plates each side. 20. I like a bunch of reps. I'm more endurance, so 25.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. You look
fucking
yoked.
sharp.
And then I for the last rep, I'll put the little tiny looking thing at
the little thing.
On top of the bar.
Hell yeah, brother. Amen to that.
I suck at the gym.
No. Look at you. You look great, buddy.
Beautiful.
You look beautiful and great.
Beautiful and great.
Before we get into the drift talk, because I know that everyone's dreading that stuff, how are your tiny toy car hobbies going? That's what everyone's been curious about.
Well.
Look at him. He's so excited. His face lit up. Look at that thing.
Yeah, that's a mud crawler. That's a mud crawler.
These are the best wheels you can get. So high offset, so you can hide a lot of grass inside.
Oh shit, yeah.
Grass.
Look at that. Look at that angle.
What do you mean grass? Are you smuggling some?
Yeah, hold on. Is that where you keep your weed?
It's a grass smuggler.
Ass or grass?
There is a lot of weed in the RC scene for sure, but I don't smoke, so I already have a competitive advantage there.
FBI, we got him. Busting the house.
Smoking grass is behind that big alloy.
You're always supposed to hide your weed in your AT-AT Star Wars toy. That's the only place you're allowed to hide it. Aasbo, are you more of an AT-AT man or an AT-ST man? If you had to, pick one, it's tough. I know,
or an AT&T.
I'm more of an AT&T guy.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see. So I'm also terrible. Dude, ask me something that I know. I'm terrible in the gym. I'm terrible at Star Wars, but I do know.
That was Star Trek. Casual. Aasbo. How much time we got? We got one more minute before I have to talk about drifting. Aasbo, what?
Corey's snorting.
By the way, Sam.
What's up?
That's probably the douchiest photo that exists of me.
So, what do you mean, douchey, dude? You have two babes hanging off of you. Flat brims, dude. You're making the face of a warrior.
Yeah. Audio only listeners, you can imagine. So these are, remember when men wore men's sunglasses and they're big and they were square. Yep. And Corey right now is turning off his video because he's ashamed of eating on camera. Corey, let me see what you have.
I'm just eating a little bit of rice while I look at you guys.
Let me see
Sam, if I pull it on my camera and have to look at you, I'm probably going to throw up on stream, so I don't want to throw up.
Holy shit, that's rude. Aasbo, what were you just eating?
I had fish taco. Yeah, you know, in San Diego, and this is what we eat here. It's fish taco for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
So Mexican.
Yeah.
They're awesome. I love them.
Osbo's not Mexican. He's Puerto Rican, Paco. Come on, get your facts before you get on the show.
He totally look. What was that Puerto Rican rapper? He looks like Vanilla Ice, not Vico C. Pitbull.
Mr. 305.
There you go. No, that's Ryan Sage.
Oh yeah.
Mr. International.
Aasbo, they call you the Norwegian ball peen hammer. Would you say that you have more of the ball or more of the peen?
Wow.
Oh, golly. Hell yeah. What's the ratio like? Come on.
15
to 1?
Diplomatic 50-50, maybe?
50, yeah, cool. That's cool. That's a good look. All right, let's get into drifting and go. Fredric Aasbo, you just podiumed, top of the podium, your first outing in the brand new Rockstar Energy Toyota Racing 2020 Toyota Supra. Did I get that right?
Almost. GR Supra.
Fuck.
Almost.
Start over. Start the show over. This time I need an intro, Paco.
The champions.
Okay. Yep. There's the intro, and then
is GR Gazoo Racing?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, welcome to 2020, Corey.
Oh wow, Paco with the burn. Corey, how does that feel?
I don't give a shit. It's only Paco.
Well, where's your blip machine?
All right, here. Let me try to use it real quick. Hold on.
Okay.
Fuck you, Paco.
You're not supposed to bleep my name, dude.
That was good. Well, your name's the only dirty thing right now. I don't know. I'm going with that. Aasbo, everyone was expecting you and Papadakis Racing to fail. Obviously, you guys have seen a lot of hard times. Never really built a successful car, and I'd say that your career has kind of been in the gutter for a long time.
It's been rocky the past few years.
How did you pull it off?
So, sure, there was a lot of pressure, you know. So it was the opposite, right? A lot of people, I think, expected a lot from us, but for me, it was the opposite because I felt it, in some ways it's almost worse coming out with the Supra because people are expecting you to be so much better in the car that starts.
I didn't expect you to be better. I expected you to have like 1 year of fucking up because every new driver in a new car pretty much does that, except if it's a Papa built car. So I didn't truly expect it to fail by any means, but I didn't think you were going to go win around the first round.
And I totally agree. I was in the same boat. I also wasn't feeling good until the very last second.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry, buddy. What happened? What's wrong? Is your tummy?
You can tell us.
Is it your tummy?
It took a lot of time for us to get everything dialed in St. Louis. And we were too careful basically with setup. And it wasn't until we really poured it on against JR that it started working. And then we got saved by the bell a little bit later on, with the Chris having some issues.
Yeah.
He also didn't have the cleanest leads. Maybe would have won that anyway. Ryan had issues with his car. So it wasn't our cleanest win, but we had some battles that I think were good.
Oh no, your stuff was awesome. I'm pulling up the bracket right now.
Not the prettiest.
No, it was the prettiest.
Freddie.
No, Freddie wasn't.
Gerald would say.
Paco,
No, Gerald would say.
Freddie wasn't feeling good. You have to be nice to him. You have to be nice to him.
Did you eat some haggis before?
Haggis? Oh. That's Irish or Scottish or one of those.
Haggis.
It's not.
We had a lot of barbecue out there. It is St. Louis, but it's been a weird year because we're sitting around waiting. It was almost a year since Urbandale, and I felt like I had all of these expectations and weight on my shoulders, and going into that first round with barely any tandem practice this year, it was a big mental challenge. For sure.
Well, you definitely put some weight in those shoulders from those lifts. You were doing the upper reps, the upper body reps. I could tell.
Right.
The car though, it looked so dialed and laser lock smooth. Like that was what was impressive about it, was seeing there's like been a lot of speculation among the internet drift community, the experts out there, that the Supra wouldn't look even as good maybe as like an FRS due to the wheelbase and blah 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 blah, but it looked super laser locked. Like it looks like you would just pick an angle and it would just set it and forget it. And obviously you were still driving the car behind the wheel, but I was just surprised at how well put together the car looked.
And that was at that track. You got to remember that. So
oh yeah.
So to give you guys some insights, that car is built with a very heavy rear bias, which is great for that particular track where you're accelerating out of the second corner. Although I was really struggling into the last corner because it turns it into a Porsche kind of, right? Like it doesn't want to stop rotating, doesn't want to take a sit. So
it doesn't want to be respectful to women. It doesn't want to go anywhere but the gym and back.
That too.
It doesn't want to let you in on a non-ramp merge.
Yeah, you turn into dick, right? But we're learning that the whole sport is about give and take. So it's always this compromise. And I think we had a great car for that track. And now heading to the banked ovals, really, it's going to be a different. I think it's going to be a different car or a different setup that will be the winning setup in Seattle, for instance.
I hope you feel good about it. Don't feel bad.
Yeah. I feel a lot better now that we've been able to show what we can do when everything lines up. But
yeah, and since they kicked out James Dean.
Kicked him out, huh?
Yeah.
I spoke to James a little bit. I hope he's coming back.
Can you give us the juice?
I haven't spoken to James personally. Jonathan has.
You just said you had spoken to James a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, not on the phone, only through text.
Yeah, what he said. Show us the text right now.
No, he was just, being the great guy that he is. He congratulated us on the weekend, and when everything happened to him, I told him that I hope he makes it back here. FT won't be the same without him, obviously, and neither Peter. So it's a weird year, isn't it? I just hope that they find the right way forward for next year.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't come here. But
first, you got to be allowed in. I mean, fact of the matter is, right now, you're not really allowed in from Europe unless you go through somewhere, Mexico or
Yeah, but they're definitely missed in the series, and it's not like I remember a lot of the comments initially were just like, "Oh, the Aasbos and the Forsbergs must be like so relieved," and it's like, no, I don't think so. You'd much rather have a healthier competition pool, and even if the guys are kicking your asses all the time.
Dude, if we didn't want to compete against the best, we'd be at home getting the participation trophies, right, at the local.
You'd be doing exactly what I'm doing, just talking about it and drinking wine, hanging out with cats, hitting the gym a lot. I think even more.
It shows.
Thank you. I haven't been in a long time. We also have a super chat running on the YouTubes. If you are blessed enough to be watching live on this streamlined, focused, and clear, concise podcast episode, you can super chat, and we will definitely read your question.
Can you change the background photo, please, Sam?
Yes. Sorry. So I'm going to get rid of the one with the Aasbo beautiful square glasses. Aasbo doesn't like that, understandably so. It's not the best image of you. And we will change it to, what do we have here?
What do you got?
How's that?
Wow.
Jesus.
Okay, so now we have chiseled face Aasbo. He's staring at me. Hey.
Give him a kiss. Give him a little kiss. Give him a little kiss. There
on the nose?
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Just a little boop on your nose.
So yes, super. Don't watch it, Aasbo. Don't talk sass to me. So you guys can super chat. We'll read it. First one we have today is from FJM9898. Why aren't you getting married the week before Gata Bill? So Gata Bill would have been your reception. Would have been best wedding reception of all time.
Yeah. Well, good question. I obviously am engaged. Hunter and I are. We're in the process of that whole thing. We're supposed to have a big celebration of a wedding in Sweden this year, but that got delayed. That's a better photo. Yeah.
Doing like the Home Alone.
Yeah. But honestly, I probably wouldn't want to get married a week before Gottlieb.
Have you told Hunter you don't want to get married anymore? God, I hope she's not listening.
She's probably sleeping because she's in Norway. But I'm a mess the week before Gottlieb. Everything's upside down, trying to get cars ready. So I'll probably do it the week after instead.
Hell yeah. So I've been perfecting my way to say Gattebill the whole time, and with the hope that they would invite me. But you just said it a different way than I've been saying it. You didn't even say. I thought it was like Gattebill, but you just said it Gattebill.
Gattebill.
You got Bill?
You guys say it like the Russians in the Hollywood movies.
Got the Bill.
Yeah, it's not like that. It's smoother. Think of it as singing.
Hey,
why don't got a memory?
Hey, why don't you give me a little more got the Bill like that? Is that do it for you?
Like now it sounds like you're trying to say it right, so you put so much emphasis into it. You just say got to be. It's easy.
Got to be. Nah.
Yeah.
Hey, is anyone got Bill around here? I'm looking for Bill. Is that it? No.
Worse, but
Shutter Slayer says, "Hey Freddie, first time caller, long time listener. Thanks for saying so, Shutter. I DM'd you a pic of you at Grid de Life South last year, and it was never used. Sad face dash Chuck. Not so much a question as much as a public shaming. Freddie,
I'm sorry. Send it
again. Go to your DMs. Right now, he's probably thirsty for content because no one took his photo at St. Louis.
Yeah. Which app? Twitter.
Grindr.
Grinders.
I thought I deleted my Grindr. Tinder.
I think what he's asking for, Aasbo, is for you to send a picture of yourself back to him.
Yeah, if you send a nice photo, he might be happy.
I'll be happy.
Chris Nelson says, I saw the motor was out of the new Supra. Did you blow it up because you had 110% throttle at St. Louis?
Nothing to see here. Move along, please.
All right.
No, we actually didn't. It's just first event weekend on a new motor. Steph inspected it. It looked great, so it's back in. Plus, the boys had it out to put bigger nitrous jets in. So
yeah,
that's the. I was actually at the shop today, which is why I was a little bit delayed coming in here. But the boys are on schedule, and yeah.
Yeah, I don't doubt. Like at this point, I imagine Team Papa takes the motor out between runs just to stay focused, and like they do it for fun at this point.
So Mario, one of our mechanics of my car, he's such a badass, and he's like, guys, I bet we can change this motor in 40 minutes. So he's like chomping at the bit, and we're all like, dude, let's hope we don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you guys didn't, by the sounds of it, but we'll never know. But I would never doubt Team Papa. Did you lose any skilled mechanics on your team to that dirty guy Turk? Did he steal any of your favorite best friends?
No, we just expanded the whole operation. So Turk basically brought his guys in, Biddy and Dom and Nick.
Yeah, Biddy's actually, someone commented earlier in the Instagram, if I remember, not to jump the shark and go into Instagram questions, but jump the shark, jump the gun. That's what I meant. Biddy's, someone asked why is Biddy such a terrible person to work with?
Oh, he's not. He's just a little bitter.
Was that? That's good as Paco's jokes.
Hey, that was Biddy's asking him about himself.
Biddy's awesome. I think
Paco,
Biddy.
I know that was the joke. Paco. Oh, God.
Biddy's like he's such a humble huggy bear, really, right? But he has some edge, and I love that. Like he'll call it the way he sees it. He's like after the finals in St. Louis, we were all like, because we ended up in the finals, both of us, right? And then Ryan's car broke down, and we were all like ecstatic. And it's like, fuck, we wanted to take down your ass. Like, that's his first, and that's the way it's supposed to be. So we're having a lot of fun as we go with those guys.
My main problem is with that guy Dom, who won't ever shut his fucking mouth. He's just like talking about this, talking about that. He's like, have you guys seen the new Avengers movie? What are you guys doing for lunch? Like just like chatterbox, and it's annoying. It sucks.
So that's obviously the opposite, right? But the one way of getting Dom to talk is to talk about 3D printing Inconel headers.
Or show him something that like you think is really good and that you're proud of, and then he'll tell you how bad it is.
Sure, yeah.
He's a perfectionist, but his work is wildly
amazing.
Good.
Great fab guy.
All right, let's get through this round of super chats. We also got a nice one from Hanging Chad. That's a cool name. This podcast is a shambles. You guys suck. Thanks, Chad. Stay sideways. How proud were you of your teammate, good old Turk?
Very proud. I could tell, just like I felt a lot of pressure going into St. Louis. He felt that too, because he knew it was a good car. Car's been doing well, all this stuff, but he showed, I think, the world what kind of boss he is. So it was okay.
Look at that sack on that thing.
That's not real. The pack's too small.
I made a new background image, guys. Aasbo, would you describe this image for the audio-only listeners, please?
Yeah. I mean, I don't usually flex my chicken thighs
Your
like that.
your karate.
Yeah, but
Karate.
once in a
Turk,
blue
I
moon,
think,
guess.
mentioned to Lorette that like there's obviously a lot of expectation on him because they had already pretty much proven that that platform was a championship, or you had proven, I should say, with Team Papa and the rest, that that car and that platform were a championship contender. So he had a lot of a big deep shoe to fill, big Norwegian ass kicking and hammer boot to fill, and I think he showed that he's at least about as good as you.
Definitely, he killed it. He killed it. So it's yeah.
We're gonna definitely talk to him on the show soon enough. But like, how did he fuck up your car? Like, how did he change it for not as good?
It's an issue we keep having with power steering pumps. So we're just overspinning them. That's all. And we just need to build some bigger pulleys. And it's with the bigger tires and the more basically strain on the front end, it adds to the to how hard we're pushing those pumps. So that's it.
Are you guys not fans of the electric steering pump?
We're not. I don't know how technical we want to go, but they don't have the high enough bypass pressure. So let's say a typical consumer car hydroelectric pump has like a 1200 psi bypass. We probably need a 14 or 1600.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
That's why. Yeah.
Corey, can I see your face? I miss you.
No, not yet.
What are you eating?
Taking off my shirt.
Pop it off. Let's all take off our shirts. Aasbo, go first.
I'm already shirtless in your background.
Yeah, it's true.
True.
All right. Fair enough. Paco.
Why are those guys in the background looking the other way, though?
I mean, they're missing the gun show.
You photoshopped them. I bet you they were looking this way.
Yeah. They didn't want to give you the the pleasure of like having everybody at the beach looking at you.
I feel like if Aasbo looked like that, everyone would want to give him the pleasure.
I guess like I'm not gonna say like talking about how good Freddy can be is boring, because it's not. I mean, definitely, always rooting for you. But I think it's interesting to know what happened on round 2, because that was kind of like a what?
I forgot
about. I didn't even remember.
I totally forgot that even happened.
Yeah. It was like very weird, rare situation. Very unlikely for you to make a mistake like that. Or did you think you made a mistake? Or
well, let's talk about what went down first.
Sam.
From the third party perspective, and we talked about it with Chelsea a little bit last week, and even Chelsea said that he doesn't think that there was any foul play, and Chelsea calls it like he sees it. But yeah, it seems like what happened is you were in the follow against Metric Fields, and guys were initiating, and you were up his ass on the side, not up his ass. I guess you were on the side of him, and he did a big feint initiation, and you hit him, he hit you, whatever you want to call it. And then the run was stopped, and you were ruled at fault for not being in the right place for initiation, I believe, is the most simple way to put it without fucking up, hopefully. Is that correct?
Yeah, it sounds about right.
That's the procedural, like, judge-friendly version of that. But
except he never got to do the initiation, right?
Yeah.
He never got that far.
Yeah. But let's hear your take on her.
And
Matt was given the win after that, if you weren't watching.
Yeah. So in FT, there's been controversy in the past, right? Of do you block the chase? Do you block the lead driver from using the whole track for initiation, or do you let them do whatever they want? And right now, the rules are you can do whatever you want, and that's what Matt did. And by the rule, didn't do anything wrong, right? So if you look at my inboard, he's definitely cutting across very early, which is in his right to do. And I think that's where we as a team did a poor job of expecting that and waiting for that to happen, and steered far left to avoid it, so it was, I think it was an exaggerated move to go that far left. I think it was even further than it did before. He stuck with it later on, so it was well within the rules, and it was but it's really quite abrupt. It's immediately after the chicane.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to say that he was attempting to hit you in that maneuver, but it's also you could say that it's someone saying like, give me the fucking track, it's my lead, and kind of doing a little nudge, which is also
sure.
Which I guess you could interpret that as an intentional hit, but I don't know. It's like I've definitely been guilty of that in go-karting, where someone's like trying to go for the pass and I'm like, fuck you, dude, and just kind of steering. Nope, like I don't know.
So my take on this is, I've also had big flicks down a straightaway. A lot of guys have had big flicks at certain tracks. JTP. A lot of us do that at certain tracks. Sometimes to actually make the car step out properly, because these cars have so much grip. But I would say that I think Matt was definitely aware that this would block the chase car in a way, and I think everything that that happened after, and the kind of stuff that we were talking about, all these things, they basically told me that this was a plan to do that.
What do you mean?
It was a plan for him to cut across quite hard, to do that initiation he wanted, and if I crashed into him, it was on me. So that's where I'm saying that we should have done a better job seeing him cut across quite heavily with Farouk in top 32.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
anticipated that.
Who real quick, Paco, enable a screen share for me so I can play the run. And I'm watching this from the Formula Drift YouTube, which you guys should all go and watch yourself at about
are free to
47 minutes at St. Louis Pro Round 2. But yeah, it says host has disabled participant screen sharing. Paco.
Corey is host right now.
I'm the moderator. Here, let me get that shit real quick.
But yeah, who you said like they said that? Who was your source? Unless you want your source to remain anonymous.
What do you mean they said that?
Didn't you just say that like they said that
he
was doing that all day?
No. Well, it's if you watch the stream, you see him do quite a heavy pull to the left with Farouk as well. And I think the one with me was even heavier. But we should have spotted and seen what happened in that run up with Farouk and expected that crossover to happen that quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you. Did you talk to Matt or any teammate of his after that?
Yeah, I just spoke to him after. I congratulated him and told him that was very classy.
How did you say it? Were you like, congratulations, Matt? Like, what'd you say?
Not like that, but I was, I waited till the whole event was over, and I asked him if there was any bad blood or anything like that.
I mean, he shouldn't have bad blood to you. You should have bad blood towards him if he was being a dick.
Did he have bad blood or bad mud?
I think Matt was really pissed at me at this track 2 years ago.
What happened then?
Oh boy!
So first race again here in St. Louis when we ran the big track, and coming into I guess the left-hander down the hill, he felt like I had to stop down that hill when I was trying to turn around and make it into the second outer. So he's, Matt and I have been traveling the world together. We've been to China together. We've had heated discussions in some questionable clubs together.
Yeah, you guys have honeymooned. You were.
Yeah, but we talk all the time, and there's we live and learn, and this is.
I feel like if next time we have Matt on the show, which will hopefully be very soon, like knowing my interactions with Matt in the past, he'd be like, yeah, I fucking got out there and let him know I was there. Like, I feel like that's what he would say. I don't want to put any words in his mouth by any means. He should say his own words. But I feel like he'd be like, yeah, Aasbo was there, and I took up the track, and I was my right to do so. I feel like that's something he would say. But
yeah, that sounds about right. And he was, according.
Look at his car crab walking right there.
He's right to do that. Yeah.
Look at what you did to his car, you piece of shit. His
right.
car's crab walking right now.
But they have the Wonderliner. They got it back in no time.
Yeah. What was the vibe around the Team Papa pit? Were you guys not pleased?
Steph was really pissed to begin with, and we spoke, and we know that the lead car's allowed to do whatever he wants, and that's what it is. But at the same time, you gotta. you also gotta allow the chase car to do a chase.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
I mean,
we were saying that with Chelsea too, is that like if you're not there-ish, like you can just get left behind so fast. Like you kind of have, if you are one car length back on that entry, like you've already lost the run. You know.
right. Yeah.
Because I mean, like I know this has been like a point of contention and argument for a while in Formula Drift, where like before, they used to have like a bunch of cones and a line, and then like after certain cone, you couldn't go across that line.
That part makes you look. That part, just seeing that right there from that angle, makes him look so far out there.
Oh, that's such a hard hit too.
Yeah.
Did you guys bend a lot of stuff off that impact?
Let me finish.
Just toe, little toe.
But anyways, do you remember like before like the previous
just a
rule?
line painted on the ground?
Yeah, like I mean, was that better? Is this better? What do you prefer as a competitor?
Right. What do you mean? What's better? The line?
No, like for you, like do you rather have like the line?
I think so. So this I think I never expected this to happen, right? Because I was just launching the way I have been launching all weekend. Nobody else had come over that far. So that's why it happened, right? Because all of a sudden he was right there. And if you look at my inboard, which we don't have here, but I basically go almost straight out of the. Yeah. But again, let's put this in the past, guys.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we don't have to dive too deep down the rabbit hole, but of course the fans all want to know your perspective of it, and a lot of people that were so pumped to see you do so well on day one were.
I would have loved to do that chase, and Matt had a great chase on us for the first run. It would have been cool to do that chase and really try to stick it in there. But
yeah, everyone wanted to see that battle, no doubt. I'm sure.
But yeah. I think you guys know what I feel like, but I think moving on from here, I think we're headed to a track where there's, like Paco was saying, there's been drama like this before between Dean Carney and DMAC, I think, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that a good way of doing it is putting a cone in the middle, call it 30, 40, 50, 60 feet down the straightaway, and after that, the lead car can do whatever he wants. Because at that point, speeds are so high that you can't just cut across anywhere you want, and there's still ample room for the lead cars to do a solid flick.
I think the problem with cones is what happens when someone punts the cone. Like, do you have to reset? And
it was it's just paint on the ground, like a yellow hash mark. It was just a couple yellow lines.
Yeah, but it still stands. Like the question is, like, do you have to do a reset then, or if there is a situation like this, you're like, well, he was past the line, so to say.
Was it the rule was if he crossed the line, he was at fault for whatever happened, right? Like the lead car stays in the lane, chase car stays in his lane. Whoever crosses the line is at fault and gets the deduction. So,
and I think. And what the judges have said, the reason why they took that line away is that there was a lot of instances where lead car would cross that line and there was no drama. And at that point, they felt like it was redundant. And time went on and there were no issues without any kind of provider until now.
Well, I guess like if you do have the lineup and you just say that you can do whatever the fuck you want with that line, pretend it's not there until there's an issue. And then if there is an issue, you can be like, well, he was over the line, I guess. I don't know. Yeah,
so maybe that is the good middle ground.
As a reference.
Yeah, only in case of collision.
Yeah. Sure.
Well, we can go back to when you drive very awesomely and win, because
I love the process. I love whether we win or lose. I love to try and learn and figure out what's the next step. How do we get better? How do we get back from this? You know, it's all good.
Well,
I hate your sportsmanship.
But of course I have moments where I'm pissed off, but mostly I'm usually pissed off at myself. Because it's. At the end of the day, it's whoever wins, that's
not everybody can win, that's for sure.
Do you ever hate yourself because you're so mad?
Maybe not hate myself, but I'm really
hate yourself, like punch yourself in the face real hard. Yeah.
I don't. I mean, do you?
Yeah, all the time.
Okay. I'm not that kind of guy. I just get kind of quiet and introverted and trying to dig deeper,
Well, that's why you need to hire some muscle. Get me and Sam on your pit team. Just say, hey.
What are you trying to say? I don't have muscle, Corey?
No.
Let me see your muscles. Okay.
That's
All
ugly
right.
shit.
No.
That's ugly looking. What is
That's
that?
bad form. But you're not. First of all, you're not even shaved. You're not even lubricated. Like, what
I'm
are you
not.
even putting that out?
I'm not shiny. I'm
That's
sorry.
Why
ugly
even
looking.
Not only should you not be putting that out here, it's also dangerous for you and for the fans. So please be careful. Aasbo, what's your favorite gym lube?
Jesus, I just use the chalk, the white chalk.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Magnesium.
I'm looking at your battles from your big Winnie day. You went against Joao in 32, and I think that was by far and away his best showing out there. What was it like driving with him? He seemed to have improved greatly.
Yeah, fantastic, and he's such a fun guy. You know, he has style,
super nice
he
dude.
walks up, and really great addition to the series, right? And he drove really well. If it wasn't for that, hiccup at the car, I mean, who knows what would have happened? And that was obviously it was a careful chase on my end. That's what I'm talking about. Look how uncomfortable I look there. And we were able to really step it up for the next battle.
Well, that battle shows like the difficulty that you guys have necessarily. I always feel bad like rating drivers, but there thankfully is a rating system, and that is last year's results. And it's like someone that is a top 3 or top 5 or top 10 driver going against someone that is one of the lower tier drivers. Like, you don't know what they're going to do in the lead, and one, you don't want to end your weekend if you get too close and they mess up and you hit them, and two, unpredictable. So it's like you're in that awkward position of the cautious chase, because if he gets away from you, he's going to beat you in a heartpbeat. So it's like you have to be very careful with how you position yourself.
What do you think is like a tougher position to be, like going against a driver, let's say like James Dean or Chris Forsberg, that is gonna nail it, is gonna go all out, or going to against a driver that might as well, like Taylor Hull, or what's his name,
First of all, Taylor Hull was shredding this last week,
or
but
Alec,
also less predictable.
Yeah, or Alec Robbins. Like it's like, well, I don't know. I mean, is he bringing a new set of some things?
Sure.
Like what's tougher as a competitor? Like,
I don't know what's tougher. Obviously, it's easier doing a good chase on someone consistent, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So, but in terms of winning a battle, I don't know. It's definitely a very different mindset. It's very different what we're trying to do. And Steph and I always trying to have a talk and a discussion of how we want to go about a certain battle and try and figure out what's most likely to happen and go from there, right?
You guys, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so we always try and have a plan. That's why we have the spotter. That's why we talk. And if you would ever listen into our radio chatter, we're always kind of like, okay, how about we do a little bit of this here, a little bit of that here. We try and go a little deep here to try and catch him out of the corner here. He's been doing this here. He's been doing that here. That's the whole point of having a spotter.
Is that allowed? Like listening on other teams' radios?
I don't think. Let me just put my charger on. I don't think there's a rule when they're not encrypted, but you need to know that team's frequency.
Channel frequency, yeah.
But I'm sure that'd be cool for a lot of people to listen into, like they do in F1,
Yeah, that's watching F1, borrowing a season pass or whatever. The live passes is super cool to be able to just like, as I'm watching the main race, and then I can just like switch to a team and a driver and hear their communication. It's super rad.
Kimi Räikkönen.
Yeah, hearing Kimi is always a pleasure.
Right. It's like, so who's leading? And they're like, you or so and so behind. Shut up! Who's leading?
Great impersonation.
He's awesome.
Do you guys, as what I would consider one of the more, more and I'd say maybe most put together and professional team, do you guys do like post race, even back in California or like at the weekend, do you like debrief and go through like every battle and watch them on a jumbotron and like analyze every move, or how do you guys deal? Or I mean, how do you guys analyze the post race?
So usually not structured together, but after race I will always send a team, Steph and Sean, my list of what I think worked well, what my opinions on feeling, and I'm kind of rating my own performance. Feel like I did this here, did that here, that I did this wrong or badly, and so forth. So I usually do a lot of that on my own, and then Steph's too busy making videos and
I know that ain't true.
But he's
He already knows the answer, probably. You don't need to talk about it.
Steph doesn't know everything, but he's very good at he's very good at hiring the right people. And I think as good as he is on so many things, I think it's one of his biggest strengths is hiring the right people to the right job.
Oh no, he hired Turk, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It got him.
I mean, and Ryan obviously just proved why that was the perfect addition, right?
Good driver, not a good friend. I got uninvited to his wedding.
You did?
Uninvited.
Yeah, he sent the text out to pretty much everyone because he's just doing, for whatever reason, he's just doing like super close brothers, all 15 of his Turk brothers that are actually clones now that I think about it. That's actually a secret he didn't want me to say. I'm so sorry, Turk. He's got 15 clone brothers. It's just him and his 15 clone brothers and his bride-to-be, wonderful Shannon, and Jared Deanda. And they're all doing their thing. And then he sent me, and pretty much everyone else I know, a text that said, hey, sorry, changing the wedding to close clone friends only, and Jared Deanda. Sorry, we're gonna have to uninvite you, but or not you, we're gonna have to uninvite a bunch of people and it's gonna be awkward, and so sorry. And then I responded, man, that sucks for all the people that got uninvited. Glad it's just close friends. and then I don't think he knew how to respond, and then of course I let him off the hook. But yeah, so at least I'm still invited to your wedding, Aasbo, which is cool.
What time is it? I may have yeah, but we'll see how the whole COVID situation is going.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You got to be fluent anyway. You got to be fluent in either Swedish or Norwegian.
I'm fluent in Swedish. No, not so good. No, I don't know. That wasn't even a good Swedish accent.
Meatball.
Likball.
Corey has
something.
Likball? Corey has something important to say to you, Aasbo.
That means corpse ball.
Wait, did Corey already...
He turned into a meatball, actually.
Did Corey just bounce out like that?
I think he is the one having internet connections. All this time, it's been Corey, the one who's running the show.
Yeah, so now that he's not here, what would you, like, how would you... What's the deal with... Why do you think Corey is the way he is?
Bad parenting? Or is it something in the water?
Goodness. What's Corey's... Let's just everyone in chat as well. What's Corey's problem? Sasquatch says Corey's taking a glizzy break, which is probably true. Are you... Corey then said, fuck you, Sam. We didn't even bleep it. Aasbo, are you familiar with glizzies?
I'm not.
Paco, describe it for the man.
Actually, I'm just as stumped. What's a glizzy?
Paco is a little bit too much boomer energy. God, Corey, come back. So Corey's actually in the Glizzy gang. He can tell you all about them.
Glizzy gang.
Yeah, even though Corey was a quiet boy for a lot of the episode, I still feel his energy no longer here, and I'm just not sure what to do with myself. Aasbo, how would you describe the feeling of the Supra compared to, I'd say, all your other cars? I don't even just the Corolla.
I wanted to ask that. Let me get a little bit more technical. The Supra is a little shorter wheelbase than the Corolla.
Much shorter,
actually, yeah. And I could tell your driving looks more snappy, looks more, I would say, like less smooth, and now looks more aggressive, like more dynamic. So
sure,
it doesn't look like the typical, like the criticism, like, oh, here comes Aasbo, is gonna look like normal, like a robot, whatever. But this time it seems like you're looking more aggressive, more like the spirit of drifting is back. So maybe
that is three-way. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, please.
But I think that's right, and I think there are three reasons to that. One is car. The car is shorter and snappier because of wheelbase and probably some other factors that we may not fully understand.
Yep.
But also, it's by setup. The way we set the car up is that it allows me to be aggressive. And then it's also trying to be aggressive. Because, I don't necessarily want to be a robot. I want to be exciting. And, I've been in this game so long now that, I feel like I can kind of afford to be put it out on a limb and gamble a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's I think it's, there's a lot of
it's
reasons to that.
it's a good show. I mean, like it definitely, like I think it shut a lot of people's mouths. That they're usually like expecting something, and I actually, you show that like, oh, watch me, like watch what I can do as well. And the thing is, like, I mean, you love your Supra. I think at some point in one of our episodes, you said that you still think that the old Supra was the best drift car ever.
Chucky.
And I still do. I still think that chassis is really darn good.
How's Chucky these days? Is he surviving and thriving?
He's locked up somewhere here in California, and Ura is trying to. It's for sale.
Oh,
what?
Chucky's for sale. Yep.
Can we
Chucky,
buy it?
for those unfamiliar, is Aasbo's debut in America Supra. It's been campaigned by Ola Jaeger in the previous years.
That's a good pronunciation there. Norwegian name.
I'm actually not bad at trying properly to do accents, but also I'm not very good. Yeah. So how much is it? What's the deals? Where do we find this car?
Who do we call?
69K, no pun intended.
Nice.
And, what? Hold on. What pun would you intend?
Nice.
I mean, I'm just putting it out there. It's a great car. Ura and the boys did a great job, kind of updating the car to a more modern Pro 2 specs, proper dog box, proper tranny, as we say in Europe, and. Yeah, good car. Obviously, a lot of memories with that car for me, but it'd be fun to see it, getting passed on.
And funny you should say that, because Freddie actually just texted me and he said, we're giving it away live on the show. If we can.
No.
Yep. That's what he said. He said, car is going to be for free. 100,000th viewer that we get, you get the car on today's episode.
Wow.
Which we're at 98,000 right now, so it's going to be close.
So generous, Freddie.
Yeah, you're very generous.
Wow. Yeah, you gotta spread the wealth.
Yeah. So sorry. Continue on before we did our Ola sidetrack there. Tell us about New Soup. We want to know all about the techs and the feels.
Steering feels very similar to the Corolla because we've built it to feel similar.
Yeah,
it's a
you're using similar parts.
Yeah. Yes and no. It's more that the basic design's quite similar. So that's the one thing that feels quite similar. That now, it took a little while for me to get used to my seating position because I'm far back because it's a 2-seater, right? So I'm almost. It's kind of like a Viper or a Corvette. You almost
long hood.
Long hood. Actually, the biggest body part that factory's ever made.
I'm gonna stop you right there. Biggest body part. Go ahead.
Yeah, biggest. Yeah, if you like that, huh?
No. Grow up, Aasbo.
Yeah, sorry. Well,
we're trying to run a tight show. If you couldn't tell by the previous
bits
of the show, very tight, very mature, very non-gross. And I need you to tell me about the absolute biggest body part. Go ahead.
It's the hood. It's the hood.
The car, and the hood is the fenders are part of the hood, right? It doesn't really have fenders.
Yeah, that's why carbon fiber hoods look real weird on them, or I imagine they would. I don't think I've ever seen one, but
yeah, they're huge. But yeah, so it was that getting acquainted with the whole seating position and pivot on the car, right? Because it kind of pivots in front of me. There's we're on a new tire this year. We're on the Nido NT555 G2. Ooh. Crazy grippy, and still I love that tire because it's, again, no pun intended, it's quite round in the sense that it's the transition from grip to drift is really smooth, and that helps a lot, with like trying to grip out of corners when you initiate. It's
got the secret sauce that I would say that the Wardhouse S15s had and some other cars have, that it just transitions perfectly. Like when you see the car move and you move in the car, it has like a really good looking, snappy and dialed one angle, flick, other angle. Like it's so quick and snappy, and then immediately locks the new angle in such a unique and cool looking way that,
wow. Thank you.
I mean, that was more for Papa, not for you.
Sure.
But you're just doing what the car lets you. No, obviously, you've done okay for yourself in numerous cars. But
it's so cool though to see how stuff goes about building a new car, because it's always he reaches out to a bunch of people, gets my input, talks to his engineer friends, and figures it out. And you know, there's a lot of things that we've learned in Europe as well that we put into these cars. Like that car runs a very special Weissfab rear that's wider, so we're pushing the hubs wider. And that's actually work that I started with Weissfab, trying to avoid using all these spacers. So we're trying to have more control over you know, active and gains, basically, in the rear. Toe gain, camber gain.
All about those gains, aren't you?
All about the gains. But it's really cool to tie all of these things together, because I've worked with Weissfab since, you know, 2012.
Yeah.
And finally using their products in FD is pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Do you think
it's about time.
Do you think tire manufacturers are ever gonna come with like a drift specific tire, like somehow specifically compounded and maybe the thread or whatever?
Dude, they are.
But I mean, like,
that's been going on for years, Paco.
No, but I'm saying, like, I mean, is it really like what they're doing? I mean, because obviously they're trying to make a tire that is grippy for street, but
it is, because and here's why. So I think what you're talking about is really interesting, because by regulation the tires have to be DOT street legal, right?
Yeah.
But what they do is the sizes that we run are so weird that it's rare. It's a very small amount of buyers that would get that size for the street.
No, I run them on my Subaru Outback.
Sure.
315s, right?
Yeah.
315, 45, 18. Yeah. Is that what they are?
That's what they are. So I guess they're kind of like
pulled that out. You're welcome, Nitto. That's because I've worked with you for so long that I got your tire sizes memorized. They're up here. And also I played with them for the Rube Goldberg video, and they roll real good and straight.
When you push them.
Yeah, you probably don't watch. You probably don't watch the cool commercial products that I spend months of my life making for one of your major sponsors. But it's fine, Aasbo. It's cool. Next time you'll care more.
We'll send
you.
Don't
even know. The video could suck. You don't even know.
I know it's good.
What I want you. So Google Fredric DP. My director of photography was Fredric.
Don't do it.
He's a Swedish guy. I don't know where I'm going with this. We got to move on. Let's do.
Did I tell you that when I got with my fiance?
What do you mean got with? Hold on.
When I met Hunter,
okay.
my mother-in-law, she Googled Norwegian hammer.
Oh.
And got into the depth of internet.
Big mistake.
Paco, I do want to kind of roll the dice here, and I do want to do a screen share, and I want to Google Norwegian hammer.
I was like, have you Google real quick while you do that? Have you Google Ryan Sage? Because you'll be treated.
Yeah, but so what we could do is we could turn safe search on, because that is a treat. While you do that, so can you do a screen share, Paco? This is a good divergence.
I can't. It'll have to be you.
Okay.
So you have to what's it called?
I can't show this because it's actually just a bunch of really weird, I don't want to say hardcore pictures of Fredric Aasbo. I would say that they're kind of like tasteless pictures of Fredric Aasbo doing a bunch of weird stuff. So you guys just have to Google it yourself, but I would say, Freddie, that this is pretty tasteless, and you should be embarrassed for you and your fans and your sponsors. There's just a lot of really grossly sexual innuendo. And maybe that's just my interpretation. Who's to say? I would just say that, like, careful with the way you look at me in these photos. No, there's nothing bad there. Maybe it's because my safe search is on, but I will do the Ryan Sage because we all deserve to see that. So let me. Just so you guys get the full deal. So let me share a screen here, because this is important for everyone, because we've never had the capability to screen share last time we did this. So Aasbo, you're going to get to see it too if you have not yet seen. So you guys are seeing the screen, correct? And for Aasbo, a lot of our listeners are still audio only listeners. I only listen to podcasts on audio. I don't have time to watch a YouTube video. So, you Google Ryan Sage, co-founder of FD, overall very nice man, intelligent, smart, used to be a DJ in the hottest nightclubs in Berlin. And then you click images, and now Aasbo, I'm going to need you to define for the audio only what you're seeing here. Can you give me a countdown, Aasbo?
3, 2, 1, click.
Okay. Aasbo.
Oh my God!
So what are you? Would you say that these are all pictures of Ryan Sage?
Yeah. All I see is a lot of pecs and
I'm afraid to scroll in case something bad happens.
Yeah, no,
so
don't.
I'm just gonna go. Yeah, okay. So that would be Ryan Sage. How would you describe it audio only? You have been failing those listeners. What do we have?
A lot of half-naked Chippendales holding their packs with their right hand and flexing the other.
Wow, that's very classy.
That's right.
Chippendales. Okay. Okay.
Impressive.
Man, just such a class act.
I see they load pretty quickly on your computer, Sam. I can tell they're already in your
in cache.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I've got a couple Sage pics saved on my end. I'm not embarrassed to say it. I appreciate a well-sculpted male body as the rest of us bodybuilders. You know how it is, Aasbo, coming from the Swole crew.
Yeah, I know how it is.
Let's do another couple comments, and then let's hit super chats, and then we'll hit Instagrams. If you guys want to get any more super chats in, now is the time. We might not read them immediately, but we will hit them before the end of the show. And if you guys are listening to this after the fact, make sure to chime in live on the YouTubes if you want to get a super chat in for the next guest, who I guarantee will not be as swole as Fredric. Or will they? We'll see. Shutter Slayer says, he's an earlier guy. Thank you, Shutter. I really enjoyed the 3-wheel action the Supra has going on. Really nice. I was pumped at that.
Yeah.
As a former Vaughn associate, seeing the Supra do a little brownie pan, used to call it, the 3-wheel, really pumped me up. What's the deal?
4 years too late, huh?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
The part is over.
Well, Vaughn's car didn't do it the past 2 or 3 years too, and now Vaughn and Chelsea are kind of back to it. They added a little more RTR, added a little more brownie pan too.
So this is not something that constant or static. This is all in car setup for each individual track. That's why you may see it on this track, you may see it in this corner. This is due to jacking, to where you know.
Come on, man. We're trying to get away from this sexual stuff, Aasbo. God damn it.
Not jacking off, but
whoa.
We're trying to put that inside rear into the ground as hard as we can. And so the way grip works, it's kind of a diagonal, right? So it's the left front and the right rear, or the right front and the left rear. So when you have max grip on that one diagonal axis, then the other tire is in the air. So that's what's going on. And I think, personally, I think a lot of the Mustangs for some time there, they maybe had too much jacking and too much movement in their cars on certain tracks.
I'm not mature enough for this conversation.
which they have now dialed back, and now they look to be in a great spot, right?
Definitely. I remember Vaughn saying, and Chelsea said it before, like the cars were kind of like on a knife edge at some point there, and they would perform greatly, but they would be
unforgivable.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you like that steering on just one tire? Like, do you feel like that tire is just more planted?
It's so you don't really feel it that much, aside of maybe the front lifting because you have so much jacking, but you can't really necessarily tell exactly when it's in the air because there was already so little weight on it, right? So let's say you have a little bit of jacking to where the tire is maybe a quarter inch off the ground, or you have a lot of jacking where it's this far off the ground. It's still in the air. You know what I mean?
It's so weird for my non-engineering brain to like think of it, because you guys, there was kind of like the angle wars for so long, and then WiseFab came around, and then people were making custom angle and all that, and everyone was just adding more and more front steering angle. And then you see Vaughn and you guys, and it's like, you guys don't even have any front, like the front wheels aren't even on the ground at this point. It's like, what's the point of angle? And then like, how are you even keeping the car going at this angle? Obviously tons of rear grip, but it's so interesting to see that. Granted, it's always one tire, so one tire is still, the other tire is still doing a bit of the steering, but you know that so much of the car's weight is transferred to that rear side.
It is, but there's also a lot of weight on that other
outside front tire. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because it is really just one front tire. It's not both in the air.
Yeah, but I bet you, like, if you had a scale on that front tire, when you hook up and go, it's definitely getting light in the front.
Yeah, I forget which. Obviously, I don't think there's an easy way to do this in real life, but I remember some video game. I'm sure Paco or one of the others could tell me that kind of shows you like real time tire. What's the word I'm looking for? Tire, not
grip.
Like, I guess tire workload, like how much work that tire is doing. Not so much heat. Heat is of
grip.
Course, it would, just general grip, I guess. Yeah. I figured there was a more dorky way to say it. Tire duty, maybe.
Torque or what do you call it? Yeah. Basically, how much weight do you have on that particular tire?
Yeah. Which I guess you could do in real life just by weight, or I guess some sort of gyro. I don't know.
I mean, you could probably just put like a GoPro behind the tire and look at like the coilover extending to see.
Yeah, but it still doesn't show you to an exact percentage of how much of the. I don't know. Aasbo, you have a coy smile. You know about this. You guys are actually doing this.
No, we're not. But it's cool to see you guys talking about technical stuff and not just 69s and
blindly navigating our way through stuff we don't understand. I mean, the shows vary, of course. You've been on a bunch of these now. You know that we can get to the gutter, we can get into the Ryan Sage bodies. It's tough for us to stay out of the sage weeds. I feel like every show now we're looking at pictures of Ryan Sage, and I'm sick of it.
It's a good segment, though. For the female viewers,
Can we do? Yeah, there's a lot of female viewers of the show. We know that. Sage Bodies would be a cool segment name for that. I think from now on we will call it Sage Bodies. And from now on, if anyone in Patreon does a hashtag Sage Bodies, or not Patreon, excuse me, anyone in Super Chat, Patreons too. Fuck it. If you guys do want to Super Chat and do like hashtag Sage Bodies, we will officially show Sage Bodies.
Maybe add some to your OnlyFans account.
Oh, that's good call.
I was going to announce that at the end of the show. I'm so bummed. I feel like a lot of people are going to OnlyFans these days. Are you trying to make ends meet? Are you starting up your own OnlyFans, or what's your relationship?
Yep, I've been set up a little studio up in San Gabriel Valley, and we're going to be shooting there.
Also, how do you know what OnlyFans is?
Friend of a friend told me. I mean, how would you not know?
I don't know. Tell me about it, Aasbo. What is it?
I got to be careful what I say because I have some friends that are on OnlyFans.
Cool. Yeah. I would like to support
of you,
them.
Sam, but...
Oh yeah. Do you want to promote them on the show or what?
Plug them.
I'll they're doing great for themselves. So.
Okay.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, I bet. Aaron Quilas or Paco, you got one?
Yes. Oh no, there's go for it.
Well, yeah, I've done them all. I've been hogging the super.
Okay, Aaron Quilla super chat is Fredric. Really appreciate seeing you at the stands at St. Louis Pro 2 on Friday. Who and what most impressed you during Pro 2 competition?
So I think the whole show was really good. 16 and on, it was really good. Probably maybe the best Pro 2 race I've seen. So it's hard for me to pick. These guys are putting in the hours and the time and their own money to make this happen, and to see them put together such a good show. It was awesome.
Yeah.
So what's his name? Josh Love.
Yep.
That one totally deserved, and yeah, it was awesome. I'm a fan. I'm a drift fan.
You're a drift fan, yeah, but it's cool. Like you and a bunch of other pro drivers also, do enjoy watching Pro 2, which is something that I always find endearing because it's like, not that all Formula 1 drivers are dicks, but how many Formula 1 drivers sit down in the bleachers and watch Formula 2 races? Like it's and granted they have much different, busier lives. It's a tough comparison. I shouldn't even compare, but it just warms my heart that so many pro drivers are like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna watch some drifting, and they watch Pro 2.
Well, we're also trying to see what the judging trends are.
Stop taking the magic away.
All right. Well, we're there, popcorn in hand.
Yeah.
Here and there, and yeah.
But you like watching drifting too.
I do. I really do.
All right. Thank you.
So actually, this summer I went to my first Gautbil without even driving. Actually, I drove one lap. Gautbil. I drove one lap. In that one lap, I managed to crash Hunter's car into another car, a black flag, and light her rear brakes on fire.
Okay.
And so that was that one lap, but I did the whole week, and I was there not driving, and it was cool to just watch and see how these up and coming guys are doing, and talk and drink beer and barbecue and drive a little RC truck around with them.
No, there. That's what I came back to. Came back to the RC truck.
Sold like 4 trucks there.
You sold trucks. You're selling trucks now?
The owner and co-owner of Got to Build bought one each.
You've got so many side hustles between your OnlyFans and your RC trucks.
Right. I wonder if they go hand in hand, OnlyFans and RC trucks. Maybe not.
Only RC
Maybe
trucks.
only RC trucks.
Yeah.
Right.
That's something. I don't know. I'll send you my invoice later.
Super chat question from Stay Sideways. It's asking sim rig, and then this sign
Is better. Than...
First time drifting soon. Any advice? So I guess he's drifting.
I don't think he means that sign to mean what that sign means. I think he's saying it reads as sim rig is better than first time drifting soon. Any advice? Stay sideways, first time caller, last time listener.
I think he's about to drift the first time. What's your advice for stay sideways?
But is he talking about on sim rig or IRL?
Drifting soon. Any advice?
Give us Aasbo. You've simmed. You've IRL drifted. Let's hear your first time advice for both. Cover all our bases.
Don't bite over more than you can chew with a car.
Don't bite over more than you can chew with a car. Put that on a shirt.
So go out there, make sure you just drive that thing. Drive that car. Whatever kind of car it is, drive it, and don't fall into the trap of trying to overbuilding it.
And might I say, go hard your first run, as long as there's no walls. As long as no, Aasbo, I am an experienced man in this, and you can see it on the YouTubes. My first ever drifting run, you gotta flick it hard. That's the only way you're gonna accomplish a good drift. You're gonna
if you do or when you do, film it.
Yeah, of course. If you do, film it on your friend's potato cell phone, and then make a YouTube series, and then you can make the big bucks. Like me.
You can be Sam.
You could be me. But you gotta. So you want to accelerate. You want to have a stock K motor, and your Nissan, and then you're gonna
sticky
floor
tires.
It. Yeah, you're gonna. No, that wasn't sticky tire time yet. You gotta floor it, and then you gotta really not watch anything existing. Not that there was a ton at the time, but there was probably some videos, at least, of someone saying, "Here's how to do a drift," and you gotta not watch that. And you gotta go in with 140 horsepower. You gotta flick the wheel right, and you gotta whip it left, and see where it goes. And that's how to drift.
Yeah, true.
That's your first run.
Yeah, true.
Second run, don't do that as much. That's my advice. Aasbo, we need you back in here. I'm drowning. What's your drift advice?
Yeah, same thing. But I would probably go around the track or course, non-drifting, and then go faster and faster and faster.
What?
So you have a good line. Line is
where
more important.
To where you're actually drifting naturally, of just trying to make the fastest line and the car kicks out.
Kind of, but learn how to drive fast around a course before you start drifting.
Is that going to impress your friends and the spectators, Aasbo?
Does that matter?
Yes, that's all that drifting is about.
Oh, so drifting is kind of like it's the equivalent of your guitar by the bonfire. You're only doing it to get the girls. Is that what you're saying?
Yes,
Cats
I would say
bag.
that's true. A lot of girls in drifting, a lot of girls in the podcast right now. What's up, ladies, in the chat piece?
Well, but for real though, a good tip I think is the first ever mod you want to do to a car, a typical beginner car, weld the diff.
Yes.
Pre coilovers, pre not knuckle kit, pre anything.
Yes.
Weld the diff.
You kind of have to. Well, the diff.
What with the second? Because I think like for drifting at least, weld the diff is like a must. What do you think will be the second?
Always say seat. Get a seat. Like they say, it's amazing because if you're slide all around, you can't drive.
I beg to differ, but then again, I may have a bigger butt than those guys.
Yeah, you got a badonk. Again, the gains, the squats, we've seen them.
But of course, you want to sit rigid, of course. But I don't think that should be number 2 on the list.
I wasn't necessarily saying number two, but high up there. Go ahead with number 2. So diff number 1. You still got full interior at this point, mind you. You just picked up your stock Toyota Breeze. Picked up your brand new Toyota Supra. No, your brand new Toyota Supra that you're going to turn to a drift car.
Which has a good diff from the get-go, right? But
shit. Okay, you just picked up your 95 Toyota Supra automatic.
Well, the diff. 100%.
Okay.
Yeah. And next, cut the knuckles.
Oh.
Yeah.
What about the seats? You're going to be flying all around that car. Seatbelt.
Yeah, I mean, it's
just hold tight.
Get a bigger butt. I don't know.
You're saying that people should hold stumps?
Yeah. Yes. Hold stumped.
There you go.
Stumps.
Hold stumped.
Funny story, by the
There's
way.
no P.
Funny story. I was wearing your whole stump shirt the other day,
Rad.
and
Okay.
I was hold on. I was sitting I guess like at a restaurant, and some old guy comes and looks at me like, "Oh, very cool shirt. What does that mean?" And I'm like totally stumped. I was like,
Stumped.
I mean, it's this drifter from Norway, and I just didn't know exactly like how to explain him. And it's like an older guy, but
Do you know the translation?
It kind of means never lift, but it
I know.
technically means keep it flat.
Yeah.
That's what it means. Keep it
flat
slack.
out.
Yeah.
For the kids out there that just got into drifting this episode, Aasbo used to have a lot of stickers. I think Larry Chen probably helped popularize it a little bit. Need for Speed,
Sure.
Speed Hunters.
I mean, he likes Speed Hunters so much, he went and got himself a hunter himself.
Oh, Paco, that was a good
Drum
joke.
roll.
You got one. It's been many episodes, but you got a
Thank
good.
you, thank
not
you.
even a joke,
little,
just
little
a pun.
rusty.
But I liked it. I liked that a lot.
Hi, Hunter.
I had to-
Super chat.
Yep.
One more from Silas Gisendaner from Arizona. What's up, buddy? He says, does Aasbo still get a Subway sandwich the morning before Long Beach rounds?
Did he catch you in a
Yes, I
subway?
do.
Yeah.
Except that there's no Long Beach Grand Prix anymore. But yes, I do.
Tell me about your subway tactics. What do you go for?
BLT.
What bread?
9-grain honey oat.
Good move. What fixin'? What are you putting on that thing?
Avocado.
The works?
Oil
Not
and
the
vinegar?
works. No
Oil and vinegar? Oh.
Nope.
Okay,
Just,
risky move.
Just avocado and sometimes barbecue sauce.
Jeez.
That's
Barbecue sauce. Hold on.
Contrasting. Contrasting.
But barbecue sauce on a BLT. I'm a barbecue man. I get it. I'm into it. But interesting choice.
Just because Subway's an American restaurant, it doesn't mean like it's American food. It's not barbecue.
Well, really, is that so?
Like, did you put barbecue on your fish taco?
I have. Yeah, I have.
Wow. You are more American. Yeah. You're more American than what you think you are.
I hate convention. I'm the kind of guy, when you're flying and you get the tray with the food, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Your
first class
airplane food. Yeah, or
obviously.
Whatever. Whenever they serve you dessert at the same time as the dinner, main course, I always eat the dessert first. Because
power move.
Because you never know at what point you're going to get a piano on your head walking out the door.
Yep, that's true. And that's how.
Why not indulge when you can?
That's such a euphemism for your life. Is you gotta treat yourself. You gotta be naughty. You gotta eat that dessert first.
Just do it. Whatever it is you want to do, just do it. Right?
Whatever it is you want to do, just do it, guys. That's words from your hero, Fredric Aasbo. Just do whatever you want. There's no consequences. Correct? That's what you said?
Well, maybe not in Arizona, but out here.
Yeah, Arizona. Well, Arizona probably more than other places. You can kind of just do what you want. California, a little bit less. You can't hold gender reveal parties in the park or the forest. That's not cool.
We could 2 weeks ago, but not anymore.
I went my quick side story. My dad was driving through town yesterday doing Subaru dealing. If you guys in the Bay Area need a Subaru, go talk to my papa. But he was driving a car down, driving a car up. I got him in my BMW, and we drove up Angeles Crest. Just a little father-son experience. It was smoky as fuck. You couldn't see anything past the next ridge. It was wild. The air was bad. It was not good.
It's like Beijing.
Yeah.
It's like you can look at the sun,
Yeah. That was weird. Yeah, I was able to actually stare at the sun, and then my eyes started to burn and go dark. But I looked at the sun for a good long time.
Right.
Is that your other advice to kids? Do whatever you want to do and look at the sun.
If that's what you really wanted, no. It's not. It's but you know what I mean. It's there's enough guys out there that are, and I have a lot of friends too that are such good guys, and they have all the opportunity in the world, and they're waiting, They're like, got to do this first, got to do that first. Just do it.
Yes.
I believe in that.
You're talking about goal-based levels of achievement and recognizing one's potential as I won't be good enough until I do this, or I'll be ready to do this until this happens. It's not a way to live, guys, especially when the world might end tomorrow. You should just go out there, become the next Ryan Sage. You could be that guy that we Google on the internet to find those photos. You could be ripped.
Or the next Sam.
No. I'm talking about the strong guy. I'm not anyone to aspire to be.
I think you are. I mean, you are with your own show. It's you and Joe Rogan, right?
No.
I mean, we've been in Spotify way before Joe. Just saying.
Spotify did actually just pay us $100 million for this show, so you're lucky that we called you.
Yeah.
No. That's. Yeah. I mean, we do make, I'd say, probably on average at least a cool milli per ep.
Cool milli.
Yeah, that's what we call it in the biz. When you're a millionaire like us. So let's do a couple of our Instagrams right now, and then
speaking of millions.
Millions of followers. Fredric Aasbo at Fredric Aasbo on Instagram. Also, you guys have been posting your questions for Mr. Aasbo. Oh, okay, look at this. The likes right now are at 411, which is Ryan Turk's number. Is that a sign? Is he gonna usurp you? Are you intimidated by Turk? Do you ever get, this is from me, spoiler alert, do you ever get worried that Turk is going to be Papa's favorite new boy, and you like get jealous when Turk's talking to Papa, and you have to you like edge your way in there?
Hello, I'm here.
And be like, look at me, Papa, I'm still here. Papa. Do you ever get nervous about that?
I don't.
Wow, very secure.
I think Ryan is such a great addition to the team. He has everything, but I think Steph also has a history of really taking care of the people that he works with.
Yes,
and we have a strong history together, and I think as long as we want to continue doing this and we're doing okay at it and so forth, I think there will always be room. And let's say if I don't perform or fall off, or then I think maybe I don't belong in the team, and that's just the nature of pro motorsports, and I think it's important to realize that. But then again, Steph and I have become very good friends, and I think we're able to distinguish the professional side and the kind of the friend side. Like I've learned a lot from Steph on a personal level too. I mean, we talk more about girls than we talk about cars.
Whoa, you mean girl singular, Hunter Aasbo?
Of course.
Thank you.
But like Steph's taught me stuff like never buy girls appliances for birthdays and anniversaries, and a lot more important stuff than that. But like we long story short, I think we have a really strong connection, and I think Ryan's going to do his thing and do great at it, and I'm looking to continue doing my thing and get better at that.
First of all, it enrages me how humble you are about this stuff, and like you always have like a really proper answer.
But it's
so
simple.
That makes me so mad. But also, what if your girlfriend or significant other of any gender or married or not, what if they're like, all I want for Christmas is this brand new Huntington Beach orange juicer?
Not gonna happen. Oh.
And then
Actually, I got her that.
And then someone, I know you did. I watch you guys a lot. And then you're like, no, I heard on a podcast, Fredric Aasbo said, never buy your girlfriend appliances. And she's like, please, that's all I want. I've been dying for this thing, and it would make me so happy. And you're like, no, Fredric said this. Do you take it back?
No.
Okay. So you got, now we got to get into the story. You got Hunter, Huntington, what do they call it?
One of those, the cheapo, kind of the Kirkland of
I don't know, man. Mine's expensive.
Hamilton Beach.
Beach. Thank you.
Hamilton Beach. Yeah.
So you got her the orange juicer. It backfired on you clearly because you're giving this very unconditional advice.
Yeah. It was. We were off to a rocky start, doing that. So yeah, it's a good tip. You don't. Yeah. Just don't do it. Don't get him appliances. Have some edge instead.
Okay. Paco, have you scanned the Instagrams? You see anything you like? I know we got super chats coming up, which we'll get to right after these Instagrams. But last chance, get it in now.
I was wanted to like just kind of like pick a little bit more on talk a little bit more about drifting before we go.
You want to just talk about drifting more? Yeah. I mean, we could do that in between, by all means. I just know that there's a lot of people with exciting questions for us, but talk about drift. Yeah. I'll fill up the queue. Talk about drifting, please.
I kind of had a question. So, what are your thoughts so far on this double round, no qualifying format? That like, are you a fan?
I actually. I've been thinking and toying with the idea in my head of what if there was no qualifying? I think the fans will like it more because qualifying is arguably that's where the most controversial stuff happens, or where people may be disagreeing with the calls the most, and it's also kind of lengthy. And the heart of drifting is the tandem battle, and now people get treated to 2 comps in a weekend. So I think for the fans it's great. You could argue maybe it hurts the guys that are known to qualify well, but that's not the sport should be looking out for what the fans want to see. So I think it's cool. As a driver, it's hard. I will say this: following the first weekend, it's really hard to reset your head after a successful day, and I struggled with that a little bit last time. And FD actually, we had all the drivers and teams had a video call with FD the other day, and they asked how about we look into running pro on Friday, pro 2 on Saturday, and then pro again on Sunday to give you guys a day of fixing or prepping.
No, I want it to be a grueling exercise for you guys. You guys have it too easy.
Sure. Yeah. Well, fair. There you go. I don't know what's going to happen, but that may happen. It may happen in Seattle or Irvindale. In fact, I think FD sent out a new schedule for Seattle, and I don't know what it says, so we'll see.
I want that endurance though. That was my favorite part, is seeing you guys do that back to back to back. I know it kills the teams, it kills you guys mentally, but it's cool to see that aspect. And on the show, I think Paco, I can't speak for you, but I know that like we've often in the before times we talked about, can we get rid of qualifying and how. And I think I'm pro removing qualifying. And are you the same? I forget.
Yeah, no, I'm okay without qualifying. Yeah.
Yeah. So Chelsea last week said he wanted to get it back because he liked the fact that that it is kind of like the, for lack of a better term, cover your ears, Aasbo, like the fuck you setting on cars. And he didn't say those nasty words. That's my words. But the fact that you guys all turn your cars up to 11 to run this one run where tires don't matter, as long as you can make it through that one lap, that he liked that aspect. And of course he would say that because he always qualified like a beast. But there is something to be said, I think, for that one run to like really lay it all out there. But as far as entertainment for fans, absolutely, they'd rather see tandem battles.
Yeah.
The other thing, like now without qualifying, they're already doing the bracket. So like, you're still like a week away from the round, and you already know that your first battle is gonna go against Jonathan Aaron. Do you guys are already like, is this like a competitive advantage now that you guys can like think about your first race from a week ago? Or is it just like, okay, whatever?
Sure. I guess you can try and figure out and what you'd expect for that first battle. But then again, it's hard to expect anything. So I'm not really sure if it changes much. Still got to watch the other drivers through practice and figure out what you think's going to happen. If anything, maybe it helps the fans because you guys can start predicting and guessing and running stats and it can amp up the hype leading up to the event.
Like a pre-show already has like some story to tell.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think the silver lining of this year with all the COVID stuff, it allows FD to experiment a little bit, right?
Yes.
Allows them to try these things that they've been wanting to try, but that they haven't maybe dared to try. And
I love that because you can also just kind of write it off like, we don't know, we're trying stuff.
Yeah.
In the past, they couldn't do that because if they just changed something, they got rid of qualifying for fun, and everyone lost their fucking mind. Like they would have a problem, but now they can just pick. I don't know, everything's weird. Deal with it, and that's kind of what I like about this year is the full weekend of drifting, watching from home. Obviously, I'd rather be smelling and all the tire smokes and out there with you guys, but it was cool as hell. Like I really enjoyed watching the back to back. I enjoyed no qualifying.
Yeah.
It was fun from a spectator perspective. I'm excited to see Washington, even though Washington's one of my favorite live rounds. I'm bummed I won't be up there, but maybe Irwindale. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. It's interesting, but I agree with you. It's kind of this whole year is a little bit like it's a full reset, new mindset. It's almost like living like you're dying a little bit, right? It's you're holding back less in certain ways.
What about dual elimination instead of qualifying? So if you lose your first battle, just to have a chance to move on.
That's too much, Paco. It's too much.
Well, I'm just saying because, like, here's the thing. Like, let's say qualifying gets eliminated, and now we only have 1 day of drifting. Like once COVID is done.
Double headers till the end of time.
It's crazy. It's a little too much.
Look, if we're not doing double headers, I'm okay with dual elimination.
Yeah.
Aasbo, what do you think?
So dual elimination is if you lose your first battle.
Your first battle, you go against the loser of the second battle, and you have another chance.
The losers bracket.
Yeah, losers bracket, and you got a chance to move up.
But if you win that battle, then what?
Then you move. Then you win the winner of the second losers bracket. So it's like the loser
secondary bracket.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're thrown into a new bracket once you lose one battle, and then the winner of that entire bracket gets kind of put back in.
Oh, back into the main bracket.
Kind of, right? Paco?
Yeah, eventually they meet.
Yeah.
Oh, the winner of the normal bracket.
But does the person who doesn't suck, does he have an advantage over the person that lost one battle?
I mean, I guess it depends. I'm just saying, like, a lot of these shootouts, these drift shootouts where they've been paying big money, they've been doing this dual elimination, and it's tough because you're battling a lot more. So you have like an entire long ass day of driving, and it's a gauntlet. But
so you're saying that the last battle of the day is the winner of the regular bracket and the winner of the losers bracket?
I think the winner of the losers bracket has a chance at battling one of the first and second place of both sides of the bracket for a chance to be on the, I think depending on the amount of drivers that you get, you can.
We sound like idiots.
No, hold on. We always do.
I know.
The losers bracket has a chance to get back into the winners bracket, like kind of like in the middle, not necessarily at the very end.
Yeah.
So
all right, we're getting too far down the rabbit hole because this is like one of those easily Googleable answers, and someone should do that right now and then talk shit on us. Paco, can I please do Instagram questions because there's so many good ones, and then we can do some super chats. All right, Aasbo, Lost Media 21 says, can you make a in-depth YouTube video with slow jazz playing softly in the background while you teach us?
Who's asking this?
In your Bob Ross voice. How to make Farical.
Foricord.
Yeah. This is Lost Media 21, Paco.
There you go.
Wow, smooth jazz. Did you know I used to play saxophone?
No, go on.
More like saxophone.
Paco, please, but don't flaunt it.
I have this kind of goal of when I'm old and washed up, I'm gonna grow abs and have my Tommy Bahama shirt, stand on rooftops, and play jazz into the night. And at that point, I can probably make that video. The only downside is Foricord it's basically boiled sheep head. Where you get the head and the eyeballs, and I don't like.
That's very metal.
Yeah, that is pretty metal.
Food.
Like for real.
Like I do like what's it called in Mexican dining where the face meat?
Cabeza.
Yeah, cabeza is great. It's not like brains and eyes. It's just the face meat. This is the most tender part.
Yeah,
it's the most tender part on a pork. But yours sounds gross, Aasbo. I'm not into that.
Yeah, well, we're known for rape and pillage. So.
Rap and pillage. Let's hear your best rap.
I only rap after midnight.
That's true. Okay, my bad.
Pillish.
Sir Joshikin says, how have you had to adjust? He has got a lot of questions, by the way, so I want you to answer these in a lightning round. So Joshikin says, how have you had to adjust your driving style going from 2AR to B58? I'm assuming it more so operates close to a 2JZ platform. That's question one. I need you to remember that.
Yeah.
Similarities and differences between Mark IV WiseFab and Mark V WiseFab on grid. That's question two. Remember that. Lock that in. Question three. If Turk doesn't podium, who spanks him at Papadakis? You or Steph? Now answer those, please.
Okay. So first one was, how did I have to adapt between the motors? Okay, so that was easy. The B58 currently doesn't rev that far, and it's a smoother motor, so it's easier to drive, but doesn't quite make the power yet.
Really?
Yeah. So it's relatively low power, yeah. But it was easy to adapt to driving the motor. We just want more, so stuff's working on the second version of that motor. It made 1,000 flywheel, but that was a crazy boost, and that's probably 850 hub, right?
How many NOSes are you running in there right now, or where you left off?
Like
I should say
150. Not huge, but we have the headroom to go up a little bit. Now, Mark IV, Mark V WiseFab, different feel. The Mark V feels more like the Corolla or perhaps an S chassis or a Bimmer, because it's McPherson. It's front steer McPherson, and has that feel. It kind of, a lot of KPIs. So there's a lot of dynamic toe changes and camber changes. So it feels quite different. There's a lot less caster in the Supra usually. And third, who spanks who?
No, not who spanks who. You have a perfect memory up to the situation.
Yeah. Okay.
If Turk doesn't podium, who spanks Turk?
Well,
is it
ain't
Papadakis? Is it Steph? Is it Papa? Or is it you?
It ain't me.
Okay.
But then again, we haven't
seen it yet. We don't know.
That's right. We wouldn't
know. He's podium both times.
Maybe it is me. I'll just follow team orders, man.
Yeah, of course. So it'll be in a YouTube video, no doubt. One of Papa's videos and Turk's videos.
But maybe it won't happen. Maybe it'll never happen.
If it
happens.
I think
it's plausible.
Yeah.
Just upload it to your OnlyFans. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's the kind of content you expect.
That's the kind of content the fans expect on
Steph Papadakis and Freddie spanking Turk.
Yeah.
Yes. I would follow that OnlyFans for sure. This is one from my sweet baby boy Lou. Lashiasi. I've never actually had to say your name, Lou, on an Instagram, and it's tough. Lou, he's one of the Chengels, one of Larry Chen's proteges. He says, "Are you Thor or Maverick for Halloween? Who is the goose to your Maverick? Can you sing Danger Zone live?" Again, another three-parter. I'm going to need you to answer to all three of these. Are you Thor or Maverick for Halloween?
The Danger Zone. So
that's part one. That was good.
I've been Maverick. I have the costume. I have the glasses. I have the full thing. I was actually on believe it or not, I went to like a gay, I
believe it.
I have a gay friend that dressed up. I want him to be Goose, but he wanted to be Maverick as well. So we're two Mavericks. Anyway, I've been
that's cool though. That's cool. Maverick on Maverick action. I'm into it. And again, you don't have to say gay friend, because I imagine that all your friends, just when they see you, Freddie, are just entranced there.
It was one hell of a night. I'm not gay, but I have several gay friends and love them to death. And,
the fact that you volunteer that information so readily makes me think that Aasbo, you might be on. I'm just saying that all the people that really reinforce it are, got a little sugar in their tank.
Sure. All right. You and me, Sam.
There you go.
I mean, I'm not. Look, I'm just saying I'm open. I would also say I'm not gay or whatever, but if you're dressed as Maverick and I'm dressed as Maverick, who knows?
I mean,
I don't want to.
Sparks.
That does. I would say that I'm more power bottom gun.
Power bottom gun?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's the opposite of a Top Gun.
Can we clip this? Can we clip this for a chat? No.
I think that's the name of the episode.
If they're power bottom gun. Yeah, we found the name. God, I wish Corey was here. Corey, why is your internet so bad? Or whatever happened. Okay, so power bottom gun. Write it down. That's the name of the app. Good.
Hashtag flying inverted.
So who is
right?
this gentleman is the goose to your Maverick or the Maverick to your Maverick. So you were Maverick for Halloween and you sang Danger Zone, but I do want to hear one more Danger Zone. Can I hear that again?
I did already.
From the top, please.
Hey, I'm not Houdini. I'm Houdini. Like you never do your trick twice.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's...
But who's my goose? I have my probably my buddy back home, Thomas. But he wants to be Maverick too. Like, I feel like everybody wants to be Maverick.
Everyone wants to be Maverick. No one wants to die by hitting their head against the canopy during the ejection. Come on, guys.
I just want to be Iceman.
Was that Iceman?
I want to be Iceman.
Oh, that was Goose. Poor Goose.
It's been so long since I've seen Top Gun.
So good, man.
Tommy Segura, who I imagine is the real Tom Segura. What are your alignment specs? Asking for a friend.
Depends on the track, but couple mil toe out front. Camber front is dictated by basically how flat the tire patch sits. I want to say at like mid angle. So I don't really have a firm number for you, and it really depends on cars. Rear, minimal camber, but usually a little bit of negative camber, and from straight to a little toe in.
Well, you just gave up all your secrets, and now everyone's going to drive as good as you.
Those are not the secrets.
Oh, what are the secrets?
There are none.
Okay. Oh. Fair enough. You said it.
So my take on all this, the static alignment that we were just talking about, that's kind of just the basics. But what's way more interesting, I think, in drift is what happens when you actually apply load, like we were talking about earlier with jacking.
And again, you're gonna have to be. You're gonna have to use different
load?
words. I can't handle this.
Paco, what do you say? Do you get the same
dude, you're good. Be yourself, man. Like, don't let this angry gray-haired man tell you what you can and you can't say.
Is it a middle-aged thing?
It's kind of like
your mind into the gutter.
Sorry, go on.
Okay, how about this? It's the interesting part is when you drive. What happens when you actually throw the car into a corner and commit? Yeah, so I think dynamic stuff like that, bar setups, springs, that is perhaps more important than your static alignment.
It's always surprised me how much bar setup has affected you guys out there.
Yeah.
How many? I guess, is this getting into team secrets? How many bars do you run or change through in your package of? Now I'm falling into it. Yeah. How many bars? How many bars do you have in your package, and how often do you change them?
In St. Louis, only one, but we have probably 4 or 5 different ones that we can choose between. They're like the NASCAR style, the Speedway Engineering ones.
It's changeable.
Yeah, but you can also use any kind of like regular tuning for street cars, that has the different holes and maybe the different motion ratios on the arms and stuff.
Mm-hmm. How thick are we talking here?
1.25 inches.
Oh, okay. All right. We got to move away from this.
I have one.
Yep.
This is from Andreas Messner 177. If you had the opportunity, would you compete in D1 GP and dominate there?
If I had the opportunity, would I dominate?
I mean,
in D1.
Both.
It's hard to dominate anywhere, first and foremost, right? I have competed in D1 in China, and in 2016, that was a blast. Rented a car from Daigo. We actually ended up winning 2 events out there.
Nice.
We didn't dominate, but we won a couple events, and that tasted pretty darn good for a kid that grew up watching D1 videos, right? Would I compete in D1 Japan? I'd love to, but I also wouldn't do it unless I could really focus on it and actually travel into the country.
What about FD Japan?
That too. I've done some rounds before, when it was FD Asia. And obviously that judging style is more similar to what we do here. And Andy Gray, a good friend of mine, we're really close, and he's obviously killing it out there. I'd love to do that too. It's just, I'd love to do them all. I'd love to do RDS. I'd love to do Drift Masters. It's just, you shouldn't go to war on 2 fronts,
Classic Hitler blunder.
No, it was Napoleon.
I mean, they both did it, guy.
They did it, so they didn't follow that.
How did Norway do in World War II? Did you guys do
We
good?
definitely got the Germans out.
Well, they were in for a while.
They were in, but then we squeezed them out.
Yeah.
Welcome to Maximum History Channel. And
look, if you guys want to talk about World War II history or even Napoleonic War history, fuck it, let's go. Let's get on Waterloo.
let's just play some Risk.
I've actually been focusing on World War II battleships a lot lately, guys. I was, if you want to know about my Googling before bed, I've been looking at the transatlantic shipping and the battle for the Atlantic. That's been pretty interesting to me.
Let's switch to some
mail order bride sites on your browser. So you must.
What?
I thought that was your favorite pastime.
Oh, yeah. That's all I'm interested in that too. No, I just want to go home to my homeland in Norway, and I want to meet all of my friends. And that's not how you talk. See, I lost it again. I lost it.
I have a
nice try, though.
quick question. You just revealed your second Supra, the black one. Like, I guess that's like the Euro
Supra.
Yeah.
What's the deal? Like, what are you gonna do with that one? Demos, fun,
burn it.
Yeah, that's good question. So right now we don't really have anything major lined up because usually we do most of our Euro stuff in the spring, and this year I was locked down here and everything got canceled. And the biggest thing we have planned for that car right now is a big ice event in the winter where we're going to try some new proper studs. And then
those cars get torn up though. Are you scared to take this brand new beautiful Supra and do that to it?
Can't freaking wait, man.
Yeah. If you guys haven't seen those videos, like how would I remember watching those for the first time. I'm like, what the fuck are these guys doing? And just seeing you guys huck these cars around a frozen lake at very high speeds at very extreme angle.
It's awesome, man.
Yeah. How would someone find one of those videos right now?
On the tubes? No, actually on Facebook, maybe. I don't.
I'm just gonna type Norwegian ice drifting. You guys can move on. I'm gonna keep looking.
You can just search Supra drift ice lake, something like that. Okay. Frozen lake, and you'll see it.
Yeah.
I've gotten so much stick for beating those cars up. I feel like it's polarizing. Some people are like, "Man, you're breaking these classics," and other guys are like,
"No, you're driving the shit out of them. It's proper."
Yeah, and you could argue that's maybe the car that I care the most about.
Plus, it's your car. So you can do whatever the hell you want with it.
Fuck, I'm doing a screen share on it right now. It is.
Oh yeah.
So for those audio onlys, you're seeing Freddie and another drive these pretty goddamn beat silver Supras that would go for $50,000 in America.
Like Opel wagon.
Yeah. You know it.
But just driving around this frozen lake. What's the temperature out there right now, or in this video, I should say?
It's not that cold. It's just below freezing. The problem right now is that it's getting hotter and hotter, so we have to go further north to find
the good ice. The good ice to destroy these valuable, priceless Supras on.
Wow!
Oh man, it's so much fun.
And these are studded tires, correct?
Yeah, so we run basically the best ice tires you can get, the WRC tires. So people are like, "Wait, you guys spend like one tire is $500." And we buy a bunch of them, different compounds or different stud sets and all this stuff. But we buy the best tires you can get for these cars that people think were.
But do they wear out this? I mean, they're not burning, so they should last longer, right?
They should, but they start kind of deteriorating after a day or two.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, just the friction and the abuse of just constantly.
When you're done driving, the tires are really hot. Super hot.
Yeah, there's got to be. Yeah, there's this heat expansion and there's something going on to them.
Nice.
So, but it's super fun and reckless.
Super fun.
Super fun.
I'm not also recognizing real quick. Someone did mention that you had to take a drink anytime I made that pun, but that was the first time. So now you just have to drink once.
Super fun.
Thank you.
Cool. Well, can't wait to see that new Supra jumping on ice and doing amazing feats.
Ruin it.
I mean, it's a car, but we may not do that. We may do single runs with that car to begin with, and maybe some high speed stuff, and we'll see. But the whole point of that car is to use it for a bunch of different things. Like the previous Euro car, we did video shoots in England that were shot by satellites. We were drifting on North Cape. We were doing a really wide array of different things, and that's what we're intending to do with the new car as well.
Oh yeah,
nice.
Drive it. Drive the shit out of it.
Yep.
Bryson, no, we're gonna blast through these last ones, so we can get you on home. Bryson, and then super chats, of course. So we're gonna nail them. Bryson says, what kind of drivetrain components does he run as far as drive shaft, diff, axles, and why? I feel like we could really dig into the tech real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you run in drive shaft, diff?
Change that background photo.
Oh, this one? No. I went back to this one because it was my favorite. These sunglasses are nice, and I hope will appreciate this.
Sam,
and when you look at me,
Freddy's not gonna come back to the show ever.
I've gone back to the square glass background with the two babes. Hunter, I hope you're seeing this. This is the kind of man he is. I'm kidding. Or am I? Who are these women? Freddie, when was this photo taken? Was this last week?
What was the question? It was
who were these women, and was this last week?
We're talking about shafts and stuff.
What kind of okay, you know that we're very easily distracted, and I don't appreciate that, but what kind of
GSR, drive shaft shop, carbon shafts, the RTS Winters quick change,
focus,
Weissfab axles.
I didn't know they made axles.
They do as of this year, and they're awesome. Big CVs.
Shout out.
Yeah.
And why? I mean, because that's the stuff you want to run, and because it's strong enough to work. You guys probably don't break axles very often, so because I always see the motor out.
Yeah, true. So we drive shaft because it's light and it has some flex, to save the drivetrain. Transmission it's an H pattern, NASCAR trans, where we now have pretty much a full catalog of gears. So the cool thing about those transmissions is that we can gear each gear individually and get the right spreads.
Yeah.
Obviously, the quick change, you can do the whole stack.
Can you not do that on sequential?
You can.
Easily? Yeah.
You can, but I think usually most sequentials don't have that many options, and we just don't have a lot of experience with different sequentials. So it's one of those, stick to your guns, stick to the tried and tested, not bite over more than you can chew.
Yeah. Because I remember that was like one of the things that Turk said changes that he made to the Corolla was going from the H pattern to the sequential.
Which they never did.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it's something on the list and something they want to do. But I think now...
You shouldn't touch it. He did really well.
Right, exactly. So, and as long as you can get away with only 4 speeds, you can have one gear in each corner. And at that point, it's a quite nicely shifting trans.
Yeah.
So they work well.
I lost my window there.
Way more. Tons of Instagram questions, by the way.
Yeah, no. There's literally 2 more, and then we got to move on. Brian Wine says Chelsea Denofa broke his foot when he won. How will you cause injury to yourself on your next win to top Denofa? I really like this question.
Yeah, poor Chelsea. How will I injure myself? I don't know.
Yeah, to top
Denofa,
maybe? Though. Heart attack. Wow, that's going all the way up. I mean, I feel like that's less cool. You got to do something cool, though.
Climb all the way to the top and jump down. And
so all the way. You're going to go higher. I like that. You're going to shoot your shin bones through your kneecaps is what you're saying.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's one of my least favorite things to see in movies when they do something like that. I just watched, mistakenly, I watched The Descent. Have you ever seen that?
I have not. I thought it was some kind of late night YouTube spree you went on watching people crush her.
No, I watched. I'm sure there's real videos of it. Unfortunately, if you guys haven't seen The Descent, it's actually a really cool horror movie. And there is a good scene in that of someone having the good old shin bone popping out of their kneecap. And boy, that's tough to look at when that does happen. So anyways, Freddie, that's what he's doing. Next podium, he promised right here on the show. You guys heard him. He's going to jump to the top of the fence at Seattle, which I do think is pretty high.
How much to be a stand-in, Sam?
I'll stunt cock that one. I'll do it.
Okay. All right.
And then last Instagram one, very important. Idiot Trans Sim says, in your opinion, what's the best Norwegian death metal band and why? And I read at some point that like a certain very high percentage of the Norwegian population is in a death metal band, like an astoundingly high population.
Satyricon, maybe.
Satyricon.
How do you spell that?
Satyricon.
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 Can we do audio over?
We're gonna get demonetized. Let's not.
Okay, so everyone Google that. I'm gonna look at it right now and do a hard volume. Can I just turn the volume all the way up? Do you think ahead of time? Is that safe?
No.
Freddie, is it gonna start hard and hit hard?
Probably. Maybe
Okay.
not start hard.
Well, it
like
might
a
start
nice
melodic. Yeah, it might start melodic and then gives like a very good.
No, that's American death metal.
That's good.
Sam.
Okay, no, it's starting strong. It's starting
I'm
good.
lectured on Norwegian death metal.
All right, I might actually like this.
I've seen Satyricon in Mexico long ago.
You have?
Oh, hell yeah.
Wow, that's badass.
Holy shit. Okay, they're cool. I like historical metal, Freddie, and I'm gonna need you to.
What's your favorite metal, Sam?
I mean, if we're
Copper?
that's a very
Brass?
tough question. I mean, I would say that Manowar is the only true metal, as they have named themselves. Manowar is killer. They're awesome. Dio is obviously the original metal. You cannot besmirch that.
I like baby metal.
I recently baby metal. Oh god,
you have to Google that, Sam.
Recently, because I've been looking into battleship stuff a lot. The band Sabaton has a song dedicated to the German battleship Bismarck, which is a very ridiculous music video. I highly recommend you guys check out. It's them rocking out on a fishing boat while the Bismarck battleship of World War II is sunk in the background by the outdated British Empire biplanes. Anyways, that's enough of that question. And we promise, Aasbo, the show is ending very soon. We're going to go to the final super chat questions and we're out. Dwayne did $1 just for shits. Thank you, Dwayne. Kenny, what looks better, Soarer or Supra?
Ooh, yeah. Yeah. So the Soarers, man, they're like ugly ducklings, right? It's the grandma spec with like the gold trim, the gold emblems, the badges. It's like that high mileage with like the polished wheels. But they're such good drift cars, maybe even better than the Supra.
You're a Super boy. Let's be honest.
No, but I really like the Soarer or the SC when you do them right. But I gotta say the Supra looks better though. Yeah.
What's your favorite Saurus? I'm talking Stego, Bronto, Tyranno.
Is it the Stego that has the
plates on the back?
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe that one. I like those.
Good answer. Paco, how about you?
I like the Stego SC. That's my girlfriend's SC.
Is it? No way. Is it?
Yeah, it's a SC 400.
Right, Paco, we don't need
really.
We don't need to self promote here.
No, for sale.
I mean, it could be.
And again, it's not a Soarer. That's
very
an
good
SC
conditions.
430 or 300. Paco.
400 with a V8.
Yeah.
It needs a manual transmission though, but.
Is it?
Yeah. No, it needs a manual. Like it's not.
Okay. See,
I make the adapter plate for an R154.
Do you have that in your? Okay.
Yeah, I can make him.
Aasbo, don't fall into his self promotion trap. You don't have to do this for him.
Wow, Sam, you
Paco,
hate my
go
guts.
ahead. Paco, go ahead. What else can you make, Paco?
Nothing for that car. Sorry, Sam.
No, tell me all the kits you make for that car.
Oh, you
Paco.
mean like Super Doof?
Yeah,
Sorry, we don't make Super Doof for SC. Wanting to, but
yeah, you should.
I mean, we should make something for the new Supra.
Hell yeah!
I really thought about making the bumper without the nose and more like just like a big opening, like the old school Supra. Thought about that, so we might.
What about a fiberglass, basically rear quarter?
Like our LFC paddles?
Yeah.
Do you need that?
I'm sure at some point.
Okay. Let's talk.
Let's talk.
All
right, business is going down right now.
All right.
FJM says ducks or otters. By the way, Sam, suck it.
Ducks or otters?
Okay.
Otters. Otters.
Yep.
I really like otters, and they're kind of slick back, Gavin Newsom looking.
Yeah, kittens
hairdo.
of the sea, love them.
Yeah.
And this is from a while back, unfortunately. But Dan J. Castrillo says, "Sorry, just tuned in, but is Aasbo wearing a backwards Team Rocket shirt? I won't get mad if you don't get to this. Just wanted to throw money. Thank you, Dan. Aasbo, first of all, what is it? What do the two words Team Rocket mean to you when you hear them? What is that?
Team Rocket. Ooh,
Yep.
Team Red Rocket or
Okay, so
I knew
right
it.
now I need you to get your mind out of the
Knew
goddamn
it.
gutter. Right now, this man's talking Pokemon. Okay, I don't know if how much of a Pokemon boy you are.
oh, clearly not that much.
You never heard of a Squirtle?
Squirtle. Oh, it's that one of the Pokemon you can catch.
You never heard of a War Turtle?
Uh,
You more of a Blastoise man?
yeah.
Were you Fire type? You do Charmeleon?
Uh,
Charizard? You do Charizard?
yeah.
we fuck with-
If I was a Pokemon, I would be Charizard.
Or are you doing plant type?
Wow.
Bulbasaur? Ivysaur? Venusaur? What's your style here?
He just said he'll be a Charizard.
So
Yeah.
I,
Well, hold on.
I
You didn't have
subtract
the options.
all my middle age comments, Sam, because you're clearly 15.
What are you doing? Psychic type here? Is that your style? You doing Mr. Mime?
I know
First
there's
of all-
many of them.
I only fuck with the original 151. Let's be clear. And I haven't. I just have this from my childhood. But I'll never forget a Pokemon when I see one.
Well,
And
good.
don't you ever fucking forget that, Frederick. If there's one thing, I want you to know about me right now, take it away from this episode of the show. I never forget a Pokemon
Wow.
from the 151. Everything after that, don't care.
151 is my number. Did you know that?
Holy
there you go.
shit, guys! I've got to go.
Illuminati
This is
confirmed.
Full circle.
Confirmed.
Holy shit! I totally. Are you serious right now?
He wants to be the very best.
Like no one ever was, Freddie.
I'm the one.
Confirm or deny. You've got to be the very best.
He
if
has
no one
to be
ever
the
was.
very best.
Yeah, I'm 151.
Okay, shit. All right. Well, I'm gonna need you to research your Pokemon before you come back on this show, and then next time we'll chat.
Right. Done deal.
In the meantime, we're gonna close her out. Freddie, super pumped to see that you didn't fuck up in the new Supra.
No, like seriously, that was badass. Like
Yeah.
you know, brand new car, debut round, podium. That was pretty
Yep.
cool, man. Like seriously, like
You sent it,
Thank
and
hell yeah.
and the car looks incredible. I know you probably picked out the design scheme, all the colors. Papa showed you all
What-
the swatches. Like,
what-
do you want to go with like this dick skin pink or this like yellow and gold or gold and black? And you're like, I don't know. And like you eventually made the right choice. And he's like, do you want to go no bumper or this bumper? And then obviously, clearly, you still chose the right choice. But you drove the car really well. I hate to say it, but you did. And Papa team and everyone is supporting it built a really good car. And obviously thank your sponsors. We're all going to listen to the show and just realize
Yeah.
what an outstanding individual you are for taking place in it and participating in this all Pokemon themed show. And anything you heard that was out of place or weird sounding, it was just Pokemon talk and you guys didn't understand it because of that, right? Freddie, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes to all. But thank you guys, and it's always a pleasure seeing you. And man, I never know where we're gonna end up with these shows, and it's awesome every single.
And here we
time.
are.
Yeah.
Do you think you're going to win this year? Final question.
We can if we play
That's
our
not the
cards
spirit.
right.
I have you. Go ahead.
So I'm a soft-spoken guy, but I think we showed in St. Louis we can set ourselves to kill when it's needed, and that is the plan. Trying to continue down that path, but it'll be a tough season.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we're very excited to watch it, and good luck in a very short time here in Washington. And in the meantime, hope you and the team, Papa and the rest of them, can. I don't know. I don't even know where I'm going with this. You guys are gonna kill it. I have
Yeah.
nothing to say. You guys are gonna do great. I'm very excited. Don't hit people on initiation.
I'll try and avoid that.
All right, thank you. That's all I have to
Yeah.
say.
Awesome. All right.
Awesome.
Thank you for joining us. We appreciate
Thanks,
you,
buddy.
and we'll see you on the beach.
Sounds good. Take care.
Later, buddy.
Bye, guys.
Who are you whispering to?
Oh no, nobody.
What'd you say?
Call me.
Call me. Oh, okay.
Call me.
Should I
Sam.
have not have said don't hit anyone? I feel like that wasn't his fault.
No, I don't think it was his fault. Like
I think that
he's not.
But yeah, I guess he could have been further back. But I do really want to talk to Matt Field about it because I do think that Matt Field would actually respond in the way that I predicted he would earlier on the show. But say,
but
like, well, there, so
at the beginning, I thought like Matt could have had a little bit of a, like purposely. All right, let's you want to play? Let's get in here. But then I saw his race against his battle against Farouk. And he pretty much did exactly the same, and he just went just as wide. So, I don't think it was nefarious. There was no foul play. Why, like Freddie said, like, why are you going that wide? Because he can, because he's allowed to. So,
Paco, in chat, did you just write that Gundam is for nerds?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I love Gundam.
Yeah.
And it's just a chat joke. Sam,
but
anyways, yeah, they I don't think, like he said, like I don't think there's bad blood. Obviously, no, drifting is more of it's like chess at the end of the day. It's battles, there's strategy involved. I think Field within the rules, he was showing how wide he was initiating. Here's the thing, there's no qualifying now, but I believe during practice they still get to see what they're doing, kind of like to gauge, like.
Well, without question, as far as the rules are concerned, Aasbo was in the wrong. So, like, there's no debate there.
Oh yeah.
The debate is if that rule should have more leeway or should exist differently. It's like I almost wish that we could talk to like Ryan Sage or one of the judges like every week just for like a 5-minute of like, wouldn't it be better if? But then of course I'll come up with his answer of like, oh no, it's not. Have my cats been freaking out this entire show? Timmy,
not really, but
fine.
On?
Oh yes. What's up, buddy? All right, we've got some cat wars in my house. We're gonna shut her down here in a minute. Make sure to
let's thank our Patreons.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say make sure to.
Oh.
I would say make sure to tune into Grid Life Midwest live stream will be in a couple weeks. Those boys are still in an event. It'll have a limited live capacity, but they're still gonna be out there doing their best to put on a good show for you guys, and you're gonna see a bunch of cool drifters. Patreones, if you guys are Patreoning on us, thank you so much. We appreciate you all. If you guys are OnlyFanning,
every dollar counts. I was gonna say, like, should
our
we,
OnlyFans, should we thank our OnlyFans or not?
Yeah, I mean, actually I was thinking like we just like cancel Patreon and switch to OnlyFans. Like send all our patrons obviously to OnlyFans and just keep hustling on the fans.
We also did start a Discord. It's still in its infancy. I did put 2 new channels in the Discord. One called Shit Posts.
Shitting on Chevys.
Like to start going. I started and I did do one shit post real quick of a cool Dodge Prowler limousine. But I need other people to carry on the torch. And then I also did one just called Car Your Dailies. Post your dailies up because I do want to see them dailies. I'm not posting mine until I get my front splitter on it, which has already come, but I gotta get it. Clear broad because I'm going to be scraping that splitter all around town, and then I'm going to post a picture of my daily. I promise.
Perfecto. Yeah, you still owe the internet a better quality.
Yeah, I did let my dad drive my brand new used M2 competition, and I encouraged him to use the flappy paddle shifter, not on the steering wheel, the actual stick one, and he did do the downshift when he should have done an upshift. Which broke my heart, but thankfully, unlike my buddy's like year 2000 Celica GTS, it does have electronics that will not allow it to rev to 14,000 RPMs when you downshift and you need to upshift. So, Daddy did not break my new car, which is very good for him and me. So yeah,
good.
That's all I got.
Well,
and,
let's send.
Should we talk to next week real quick? YouTube chat if you guys want to, because we don't have any ideas yet. I mean, we could talk to third place Ryan Turk, the third place of my heart. I want to. He's getting married though. He's gonna be busy.
I want to bring T-Pain on the show. I know we tried a long ago.
Yep.
And
T-Pain is up.
T-Pain has been pretty active on the drift scene in he's definitely sending it. So it'll be interesting to get to talk to him. I know like some people was asking like, well, but why T-Pain? Like what's special about him? I mean, he's only like a, very awarded musician. We banged to a lot of his tracks while driving. And I mean, didn't he coin the term thicker than a snicker?
Yes, I believe so. Corey is not here, but in the background I can hear his heart singing out thicker than a snicker. But yeah, I would like to have him on the show for sure.
And obviously, I mean, he's a busy man. Who knows if he's available?
Well, Corey's the connection.
Corey's the connection. We got to get Corey. I mean, Corey, he hasn't even released a fart video, so
until he releases the fart video, the world will not heal.
Yeah.
And if you guys have all wondered why the last year has been kind of tough on a lot of people, it's because Corey hasn't released the fart video. And if there's any way to heal everyone and everything at this point, it would be the fart video release from Corey. And he knows that, and he's a selfish person. And
a lot of people in chat suggested for Adam LC. I think we are due for,
I would like to talk
for
to
an
him.
update.
Yeah.
See how he feels his first round on pro.
I almost want to talk to him though after. I know he's gonna do. It's a weird thing to say. Like I know he's gonna do better. He won against two very recent champions and did not win those battles. So I think he got tough luck in top 32. I want to talk to him after he has some success because I know it's only a short amount of time before he's gonna make top 16. It's not this round. It'll be the next round. So yeah, I love to talk to him when he's not coming off of that. I want to get a positive vibing Adam LZ. So,
well, let's feel free to know to keep commenting on the Instagrams and whatever way you want to let us know who would you like us to talk to, and we'll do our best to get him on the show.
I would say flaming brick through Paco's front window. If you could just write in blood on a brick that you set on fire and throw it through Paco's window, Adam LZ.
Thank you.
Which I wouldn't put past one of his fans, honestly, to do that. So if you're an LZ fan, throw a flaming brick with Adam LZ's name written in blood through Paco's front window, and then we'll see about getting him on the show. Perfect. But in the meantime, we appreciate y'all. Thanks for checking us out. And again, the episode title is Paco.
Power bottom gun.
Power bottom gun. Very good. All right. We'll see you guys later.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Have a good night.
See you next Tuesday.